a story you told me a long time ago on I don't remember if it was off the air, on the air, but it was about speaking of recording with Ozzy, it was about the song Thunder Underground. Yes. And I don't know if you remember this. You can embellish and tell me that if I'm on point about this, but I remember you telling me something about the producer was really pushing Ozzy to get that vocal, and that vocal's super high.
Oh, it's like insane.
And then he came into the studio and Ozzy said something like, "Is that okay?" And he said, "Yeah, that'll do." He goes, "Good, because you're never going to fucking hear it again."
That's great.
Because you just told me because
yeah,
it's so
Michael
high.
Beinhorn. Mikey was doing the record. That's probably that's one of Mike's stories, because I would never be in the studio when Oz was doing the vocals.
Oh,
ever.
man.
I was never in there, because it was like we'd get the music done, and it was like, Oz is going to do his thing now. But, yeah, that's probably from Michael.
Yeah, he's
Mike,
like,
yeah, Mike was probably like, he got done with it. Oz came back, and he goes, you want it? Is that good? And it was like, yeah, Oz, you got to get good. You're never going to hear it again. Friggin' hilarious. Oh, I love it.
Definitely, I thought it was you, but somebody told me that story, and I thought it was absolutely.
Yeah, that had to come from Mike.
Oh, my God. It was just so
friggin' hilarious,
perfect.
Man. Yeah, totally.
Here's Ray in Maryland. Hey, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Eddie. Father Zakk, how's it going, man?
What are you doing, my brother? What's shaking?
Everything's shaking, man. It's crazy with times. But I want to echo the thoughts of a previous caller and give you my most sincere condolences of Ozzy's passing.
I appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah, we all lost him, but, I know it had to have a bigger impact on you. And just wanted to say sorry for your loss, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, no problem. And I'm really loving the latest drop, Name in Blood, man. Looking forward to this new BLS. But I got to say, man, you are probably the artist I've seen the most, other than Shakira and J-Lo, of course.
Because I went to unstoppable rebel forces.
I went to every single Ozfest. I've seen BLS probably 5 or 6 times. And I did get to see you twice on your first tour with Ozzy, the No Rest tour, which was just fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And I've seen you, like I said, so many times. You're one of my favorite players. And you have such a unique style, man. And you – like, even though you play everything that you do, like the Randy stuff, the Jake stuff, it's like spot on, but it has Zakk in it. And other than Tony Iommi, who are the other players that made you want to pick up a guitar? I guess your other influences.
No, it would be obviously Lord Iommi for sure. He's on everything pretty much I write. Riff wise, without a doubt, he's all over everything. But no, obviously, your usual suspects. Obviously Jimmy Page, Randy Rhoads, Frank Marino from Mahogany Rush. I love Robin Trower. I love John McLaughlin, Mahavishnu Orchestra, all that stuff, and just all his acoustic stuff too. Al Di Meola, huge. And listening to Paco de Lucia, the big three, the guitar trio, and everything like that. Those are all huge records. I love Alan Holdsworth, as far as guitar playing goes. Steve Morris and the Dixie Dregs, Joe Pass, Pat Martino. Just listen to all these guys are incredible. Albert Lee, as far as the country stuff goes, that's lights out.
Probably that guy Eddie Van Halen's in there somewhere too.
Obviously, King Edward. King Edward.
When you said Alan Holdsworth.
But it's so funny talking about Ed, about like his influence. And I remember Billy Sheehan, I saw this thing, and it makes perfect sense, though. Because, I went out of my way not to do taps or anything like that. So you don't want to sound like Eddie Van Halen, don't do any taps. And get rid of the Phase 90. Get rid of a Floyd Rose. But like all the Eddie trademarks, right? Harmonics, like hitting open harmonics or tapped harmonics on the fretboard, like just cross them all off the list. So you could go, I'm not influenced by Eddie Van Halen, and you go, yeah, you are, because you're going out of your way
to not
sound like him.
Right.
So you're indirectly
right
influenced by him. And I remember reading Billy Sheehan saying that. He goes, because like that's how huge Eddie's shadow was.
Yeah,
that's how massive and Goliath it was, because like by going out of your way not to sound like him, you're still being influenced because he's making you not do those things.
The other thing I've heard from guitar players about Eddie Van Halen is there's so much focus paid on his guitar solos that actually listen to the rhythm guitar playing that gets overlooked to some degree because the rhythm guitar playing
yeah, totally. It's just without a doubt. I mean, his rhythm guitar playing, and then his songwriting. It just whatever. Everyone just forgets all about all of that. I mean, I mean, as far as talking about his greatness, obviously Eruption. That's just changed the planet, and then Spanish Fly. I mean, it was like Ed actually had it was at a box of what's at the bottom of the box of Cracker Jacks. So he always put some new game-changing thing on every record. So it was like, Eruption, then Spanish Fly, then the intro to Fools. Yeah. But the intro, down, 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 he's all ripping there, and then it goes into that song. And then the fourth album, he had the intro to Mean Streets. And then after that, it was like Cathedral was on the next, right? With the volume swells. Yeah. And then the intro to Little Guitars. So, like, every album, he had some, like, new, like, mind-bending new thing that he would do where, so, like, as guitar players, you were just waiting to see what present he offered the guitar world, that he would gift you and just change the planet again. So, truly mind-blowing. And then when he started with Sammy, he just completely changed, like, his guitar tone, everything like that. It was just like, wow, this is the new sound. It was still just as devastating as all the other stuff.
To that point, Sammy has been touring, playing his era of Van Halen with Satriani on guitar. I actually went to Japan with them a year and a half ago. They took me. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. But you know what Satriani told me more than once from that period of Van Halen? He said the song, and this is Satch saying that he still was baffled to figure out what was going on. The song 5150. He said, if you listen to the song, he goes, Joe said that was the hardest thing for him to figure out what the hell Eddie Van Halen was doing on the song 5150.
Wow.
He said, it's just listen to it. He goes, try to play that. He goes, it's crazy. He goes, that was the one he had to put the most work into getting down.
Wow.
Because to his point, it was always a reinvention. Eddie Van Halen was always doing something different. And even Satch was trying to figure that one.